The Japanese symbol for serendipity.
Someone on the Serendipity killed Carrie.
Welcome to Talk Word. This is the show where we get totally obsessed with the stories behind English words. And today, we've got a good one. We are diving into a word that sounds just as beautiful as what it actually means. Serendipity.
You know that feeling, right? Maybe you get lost in a new city and stumble upon the most incredible little coffee shop. Or you're cleaning out an old coat and find a $20 bill in the pocket. That feeling, that wonderful, happy, unexpected discovery, well, there is a perfect word for that.
And yup, you guessed it, that word is serendipity. It is one of my all-time favorite words, not just because of how it rolls off the tongue, but because its origin story is, well, it's truly fascinating. You gotta hear this.
So, to really get to the heart of this word, a dictionary definition just isn't going to cut it. Nope, we have to go back in time, all the way to the 18th century, and start with a story.
It all starts with this ancient Persian fairy tale, the Three Princes of Serendip. Now, Serendip was the old name for Sri Lanka, and these three royal brothers, well, they weren't your average princes. They had a very, very special talent. So as these princes were out exploring the world, they had this unbelievable knack for discovery. They were constantly finding incredible things they weren't even searching for. And their success was this unique mix of two things: pure chance and their own wisdom or sagacity to realize the importance of what they'd found. Okay, so fast forward to 1754. You've got this English writer, Horace Walpole, and he's reading this very fairy tale. After making a little accidental discovery of his own, he gets so inspired by the story that he just invents a word for it in a letter to a friend. He writes, "This discovery I call serendipity." And boom, just like that, a new word was born.
Okay, so we've got this fantastic story, but what does the word "it inspired" actually mean? Because it's so much more than just a happy accident. Let's break it down.
If you look it up, the basic dictionary definition is pretty straightforward. It's the ability or faculty of making happy and unexpected discoveries by accident. Seems simple enough, right?
Well, not quite. That simple definition kind of misses the magic. It misses the whole point of the story of the three princes. See, real serendipity isn't passive. It has two absolutely essential ingredients.
This is what it all comes down to. First, you need the accident, that unexpected thing that just happens. But second, and this is the part everyone forgets, you need sagacity. You need the wisdom to see what you found and understand its true value. Without that wisdom, the accident is just, well, it's just an accident, nothing more. And that's the huge difference between serendipity and plain old luck. Luck is totally passive. Winning the lottery, for example, that just happens to you. But serendipity is active. It requires you to notice something, to be curious, and to connect the dots. It's almost like a skill. All right, so now that we've got the definition down, where do we actually see serendipity in the real world? Well, it turns out it's responsible for some of the biggest discoveries in history. And it's happening in our own lives all the time.
I mean, just look at Alexander Fleming. He comes back from vacation, finds mold growing on a petri dish he was about to toss. That's the accident. But his wisdom kicked in. He noticed the bacteria near the mold were gone. And that observation led to penicillin. Same thing with Post-it notes. A failed experiment to make a super strong glue became a worldwide success because somebody else had the wisdom to say, hey, wait a minute, I have an idea for that weak glue. But here's the thing. You don't have to be a famous scientist in a lab coat to experience this. Not at all. Serendipity is woven right into the fabric of our everyday lives.
Seriously, think about it. Ever taken a wrong turn and discovered your new favorite restaurant? That's serendipity. Or browsed a random bookshop and found a book that completely changed your life. That's serendipity too. It's everywhere, as long as we're open to seeing it. Okay, so you're basically an expert on the history and the meaning now. But the big question is, how do you actually use this gorgeous word in a normal conversation? Let's get practical. The rule of thumb is super simple. Use it anytime you've had one of those happy accidents, a fortunate discovery that you weren't expecting. It's all about finding something amazing when you were actually looking for something else. Or, not looking for anything at all. So for instance, you could say something like, "It was pure serendipity that I found this apartment. I was actually looking in a totally different neighborhood." Or maybe, "Our meeting was such a wonderful moment of serendipity." It's just a great word to show that something lucky happened that was both unplanned and really meaningful. So as we wrap this up, let's circle back to the biggest, most important idea.
The real magic of this word, of this whole concept, isn't just about what you stumble upon. It's really a mindset. It's about being curious. It's about paying attention to the little things. It's about having that wisdom to see the hidden opportunity in a mistake or a detour or a chance meeting. It's about being ready for the unexpected.
So, I'll leave you with a question to think about. What's one little thing you could do this week to be just a bit more open to discovery? How can you invite a little more serendipity into your own life?
And hey, if you had a good time digging into the story of this word and you want to keep your English journey going, I've got just the thing for you.
You should totally check out the Talk Word mobile app. You can actually create your very own English word podcasts, just like this, and explore any words that you're curious about. Plus, you can practice speaking with 2 super friendly AI hosts and make growing your vocabulary a fun part of your daily routine.
And that's all for today's Explainer. Thank you so much for joining me here on Talk Word. Now go out there and find some serendipity.
Don't tell me you never question the judgment serendipity.
It is with lucrative serendipity, or perhaps just good branding, that MySpace is so called.